guys, hope you're having a great day today. Okay, today's question is going to be, is your glass half empty or half full? So my husband and I would go back and forth over that many times over the years, and I'm like, your glass is like always half empty. And he's like, honey, your glass is always half full. And so we go through that. I know that in our lives, we've gone through so many changes in our lives, like so many where we've had lots of marital struggles because we're human beings, but we've worked through those. We've had things with the children that we've had to work through, and then there's been things like making a whole entire move to another state 700 miles away. That was a big thing. My husband's changed jobs over the years many times. Things have always been up and down, and I could look back on everything in my life and go, how frustrating, and be angry about them. Or I could look at things in my life and I could just go, is my glass half empty or is it half full? So I think back to like when we moved here to North Carolina, and my husband always wanted to move down south, and I was like, whatever you want to do. And I really never thought it would come to happen. And then when it finally did, I was like, okay. So then I had to just, okay, Lord, we prayed about it, and the Lord just opened up every single door for us to do it. And so we just moved forward and did it. And then I could very well have sat and been against it. I could very well have complained about things. I could look at the move as something I did not want to do. When my husband approached me about moving, I could have been like, no way, and make it difficult for him to keep planning and trying to lead our family. What if I just sat home and cried and complained that all the friends and everything I miss and how the children are going to be all messed up from all these things? How would life be if I just was that negative, whining, controlling wife? I can tell you how my life would be. It would be a life filled with regret. It would be disappointment. It would be sadness. It would be loneliness and overall disrespect for my husband. Roots of bitterness would begin to grow deep within my heart towards him. I wouldn't view what we had as anything good. I would start to put up these walls and pull away from the bond that we had. I would miss out on the opportunities that God laid before me, and I wouldn't be experiencing that fullness of joy that he gives to us. It'd be a life that I just got by on. I would show my children how to treat their future spouses with disrespect. I would show them how to have a lack of faith in God, and it doesn't sound like a very good role model for my children to emulate my lives after that, does it? I hate to admit this, but at one time in my life, this is what I did. Whenever my husband gave me any major changes to our life, I sat home and I mulled over my life situation and hated the position I was in. But did you know that none of that hurt anybody but me? I was the only one that was going through the struggles. I was the one that was hurt inside. I was the one that had bitterness growing inside of me and thought how bad that I had it. I didn't reach out. I just stayed within my little circle of life, and the little woe was me, and that was it. And guess what? I missed out. I missed out on things. I missed out on a lot of things in our life because of that. So what does it mean to have faith? In Vine's Expository Dictionary, it defines faith as primarily firm persuasion. A conviction based upon hearing is used in the New Testament, always of faith in God or Christ or things spiritual. It is used to trust and assurance, a pledge, a firm conviction, a personal surrender. Our entire lives should be a life of faith. To have faith is to put our trust into something completely unknown and know that it's going to work out for our good. When I put this move to North Carolina completely in the Lord's hands, He faithfully made everything work out. There was not a moment of stress in the entire move. To the natural man, having to move your entire family and a large family at that, 700 miles within 2.5 weeks sounds pretty crazy. But when I sought the Lord in every direction, it moved effortlessly. We sold things, we packed things, and we found a house. We financially made the move with plenty of money, and there was an abundance of money. We got here, and then there was a lull of silence. There were months that we didn't do a whole lot because we didn't know many people. I kept reminding my children that in those quiet moments, that is when we can hear God speak to us the best. We are to use those times to prepare for what He had next for us. So I know that during that year is when I really was able to take time, and I wrote 3 books that the Lord had given me, and those have never happened if I were to sat around hating my husband's decision to move us here. From those books, I've been able to profit from them. I've also been able to encourage other people. I've been able to help other people, and it provides, that financially it provides for some needs for my family as well. I decided that the Lord made everything work out to move here, that there must be some kind of great reason. He puts in me a spirit of anticipation and excitement for things to come. I have never sought Him more in my life than on a daily basis like I do now. It just makes me realize there's so much more out there if we're just willing to do what God asks us. I could just sit in my own little life and be a mom, just stay home and do nothing. I could excuse away that I don't have time to reach out and encourage or talk to anybody else, but I don't want that anymore. I want to do. I want to stretch myself. I want to expand my circle circle of influence to which God has for me, but I want to experience a life filled with abundance and overflowing happiness. And all that begins with a personal decision to have faith and to view our life as half full instead of half empty. Don't start looking around at your life and see what you don't have. Start looking at what you do have and what good things God has in your life. Look at the people that God has placed in your life and ask, what is it you can do for them? You never know the friendships that will come from the people that you haven't approached yet. Expand yourself, enlarge your sphere of people. I know that's a little scary to kind of stretch yourself out there and do that. What's the worst thing that can happen? You can be rejected? Yeah, that's okay. Just keep moving forward. Don't stop because of one thing. Move forward with an expectancy of things to come. Ask the Lord what it is you can do. Some of the things the Lord has told me to do, I had to question in my brain, but then I realized that He knows way more than I do, so I need to listen to that voice. After being obedient, I smiled because God did something that I would have never even imagined. That is one of my favorite verses in the Bible, is Ephesians 3:20. Now to Him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask or think, but it's according to the power that works within us. God's word is so true that He can do more than we can ever even think, but it is our job to have faith in what He says. Now I know that, just being at home with your kids right now, when you have a lot of little ones, just know that this is just a time for you to be home and prepare. I know I was not able to do what I do now 5 years ago. It's just that it did not work out because I was constantly taking care of little ones and I was home, and that was where God had me. But I was able to pour into my children, spend lots of time with them. I was able to take some moments for myself and learn and grow and do. And so you have to just look at your situation. Don't just look at it as helpless. I know I did at one point, and anybody could have looked at my situation and thought, oh, she is stuck in a big giant rut, because it's crazy having a lot of kids. But then I just looked at it and said, okay, God, what is it you got for me? And then just keep moving forward, keep doing what He asks you to do. You'd be so surprised at how things will work out and how blessed you are. It's like I can look back and I know the times when I was not trusting in God and how difficult they were and how depressed I was and how much was going on, and it was the half full mentality, and I was just over and over. And then when I finally was like, no, this is good, God, what is it you got? Show me what you got, show me what I can do. And then I was just blessed every single time, over and over. And even now to this day, like even moving here, it's going on our 5th year here. I'm so excited. And I think back, I even look at my Bible. I bought a Bible from when we first moved here, and I just put to new beginnings and a new land. And so it's been a blessing because I wrote things out that I was praying for, and just things that God had put in my heart that He was going to do. And it's cool reading them because I go, wow, He really did do all that, and look at what He's doing, and look at where we're at 4 years later from when we moved here. And it's a pretty awesome, exciting thing. But you got to put your trust in Him. You got to have your half full, and you got to put your faith in Him, and then you got to do what He says to do. That's the key in everything. So I encourage you today to put your troubles into the Lord's hands. If you struggle with something, give it to the Lord and don't dwell on it any longer. Don't even think about it for a minute more. Let God take care of it. He knows so much more than we can do, and He can fix things when we let go. But the key is letting go. I think I read a little cartoon one time, and it just said, the Lord thanked them for, okay, thank you for getting out of the way so that I can keep doing what I need to do, because we're in the way messing things up. And if we just step back and let the Lord do it, it's amazing what He will do. So, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today about, is your glass half full or is it half empty? Let's go for the half full part on it. And then let's do the overflowing. That's even better. If you're looking at the half full, I'm on to the point where my cup is full and it's overflowing with abundance of things like the Lord has given me. So, okay, I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.